Hey guys, thanks for clicking on my video. Full disclosure, I need to wash my hair yesterday. I just want to let you know that this video is brought to you by a mushroom company. Yes, mushrooms. They're not hallucinogenic, but they are medicinal. The company is called Four Sigmatic, and I am a big fan, been obsessed with them for a short period of time, but I do love them a lot, and I'm here to share them with you. I just want to let you know if you click the link, you get 15% off your first order. Okay, let's watch the video now. My husband and I went camping for a week in Mammoth, California. If you've never been, you have to go. It's one of our favorite places in the world. And I'm just going to show you what I ate one of the days there. And I just want to let you know that for camping, I like to prep a lot of things ahead of time because the more prep you do at home, the easier it will be at the campsite. I started out my day with a full glass of orange juice, fresh squeezed. I made this at home, of course, because I'm not going to bring my juicer to the campsite. And I just juiced a bunch and filled up a couple jugs so Eric and I could share them throughout the week. The next thing I had was some more fruit. I had a melon, a really fragrant, delicious melon from the farmer's market that I brought with us, and I had cut up the night before at the campsite and just put it in this reusable plastic bag and threw it into the cooler, and it was so tasty and delicious. Next, I had this big, giant, delicious, juicy yellow peach, and as you can tell, I was very excited about it because it was very, well, kind of the perfect peach, to be honest. My mouth is watering. Okay, let's talk mushrooms, people. Listen, I've known that there are all these amazing mushrooms out there that can revolutionize my health or whatever. Mushrooms like reishi, lion's mane, and chaga, but I never got into them before because I was totally intimidated, meaning I've never gotten to tap into the long list of benefits they offer. So here's why I love Four Sigmatic. They make mushrooms easy. They take out the intimidation factor and make it so simple to consume these superfoods by packaging them into products like mushroom coffee, mushroom matcha, superfood blends, and elixirs. All powdered, all instant, and 100% vegan. If you know how I eat, you know I like to focus on whole vegan foods to stay healthy, but I also like to give my diet a bit of a boost whenever I can by adding in highly nutritionally dense foods, and now that includes these amazing mushroom extracts. Some of these powders do have caffeine and some don't, so just keep an eye out for that. But when you browse their website, you'll see they really lay it all out there for you and explain what time of day is best to consume which mushroom, whether that's when you get up, before a workout, or a mentally demanding task, or before bed. These three I brought camping with me are just a few of my favorites. Four Sigmatic has so many different products to choose from. Since I was just coming back from France and still had a pretty strong addiction to coffee, I just had some of Eric's coffee and threw it into my mug, and I threw in some of the chaga mushroom elixir into this coffee to give myself more of a boost. The next thing I had a bit later in the day was some granola. I did not eat this entire container. This was the container I brought for the whole week, but this is another thing that I prepped before I came because I wanted to make my own, save on some packaging. I'll put the link to this recipe below because someone named Allie sent this to me, and it is so delicious. You guys have to try this granola recipe. Now listen, they're supposed to be bars. They're supposed to be able to cut and stay into bar shape. I don't know what I did wrong. I think it's because I didn't have brown rice syrup, so I used agave instead. So yeah, if you really want them to stay into bars, I recommend using brown rice syrup. I'm pretty sure that'll make it work better. I did adapt this a little bit based on what was available in my store. Also, last minute, I threw in some vegan chocolate chips because, I mean, who doesn't want more chocolate in their granola? A bit later in the day, I wanted a snack, so I had some soup. Yes, soup for a snack. It's a thing. This is a soup I prepped beforehand. Another one that Allie recommended to me. Really good recipe. And I just wanted some, hearty veggies and something delicious to munch on while I was camping. So I made this ahead of time. Again, I will link this recipe below. Later in the afternoon, I had this tart cherry kombucha, which is one of my favorite flavors, and a few oat balls, which you guys have seen on my channel for years now. This is something I make all the time. It's just so easy and delicious. And if you guys can't guess by now, I do eat meals sometimes, but for the most part, I just like to snack throughout the day and eat by feeling. So I'll show you this recipe here. It's very simple. I'm going to add this superfood blend Four Sigmatic to the recipe that I normally make just to boost it up a bit and give myself some more nutrition. What you do in your food processor or blender, if that's all you've got, you add oats and dates and coconut flakes. And that is the whole recipe. And then you can kind of add whatever you want to boost it up for nutrition or taste value. Taste value? Is that a thing? Once you get it to the right consistency, everything's all mixed up, the dates are well combined, then you can take it out in chunks and roll them into balls and have them for a little snack, and they save really well in the cooler or the fridge for several days. I love taking this camping or on a road trip or something like that, and I'm super excited about adding more mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms to my life into this recipe in particular, because it's such a great way to add more medicinal benefits of mushrooms. Excuse me. My final meal for today is my number one meal I like to make while camping. It's just so easy to make at the campsite because you do all the prep ahead of time at home and you just throw it on the stove, and it's so simple and delicious. It blows everyone's minds. These are barbecue jackfruit burgers, although for myself today, because I was I kind of overdosed on gluten when I was in France, so I've been sticking to gluten-free options. So let me just show you how I prepped it at home. I buy organic young jackfruit in cans, and then you just strain out the water and rinse it, and then put it in a bowl full of fresh water. And this is where the work does, there's a little bit of work to this recipe, but you do it ahead of time, so it's so easy when you're camping. You just want to break it all up so it's nice and soft, and you remove any of the hard pieces. And then you'll find some young seeds in there, and you're totally welcome to leave those in the jackfruit mixture because they are actually really soft and easy to eat, and you don't need to remove them or anything. It's just those really hard chunks you want to take out. And then you're going to rinse it again and rinse it again, and then let it soak for a while. If you have time, do it overnight. If not, just a few hours should suffice, but you just want to get the briny flavor out of the canned jackfruit. And this is the major difference I've seen between preparing the jackfruit on my own versus buying the more expensive jackfruit meat replacer. There's all these companies that have come out with jackfruit meat replacing, and I'm sure they're good. I've tried a couple, they're fine, but I think it's so much better when I make it on my own, and the reason is I take the time to get the briny flavor out of the jackfruit. And then you're just going to take a dish towel and take small clumps, squeeze out as much water as you can, put it on the dish towel, and then dry the jackfruit with the dry part of the towel to get the jackfruit nice and dry, and that's really the key. You want to spend a lot of time squeezing out all of the water. And then you can just add some spices. I added some brown sugar, paprika, and chili powder. You can also add onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, whatever you've got in hand. You just kind of want that barbecue flavor. And then you're just going to package it all up in a Tupperware and throw it in your cooler so it's ready for camping. Then back to the campsite. Preparation for this meal is so easy. Just put the jackfruit in a pan, put some barbecue sauce in there. We personally love Annie's Sweet and Spicy. It's our number one favorite. And you're just gonna heat it all the way through until it's nice and hot. You can take the time to simmer it if you wanna do that. And we like to toast our bread or our buns before we put the toppings on. Actually, I'm gonna require you to do this. It's game changer. And then add mashed avocado. You can go all out and make full-on guacamole, but mashed avocado is fine because there's so much flavor in the jackfruit. A big slice of tomato is really good on it too, and then dig in. Doesn't that look amazing? It's so good. Even if you're not camping, I really encourage you to give this a go. This is one of those recipes I make for non-vegan people all the time, and they're always like, well, this looks like pulled pork. I'm like, it's not pulled pork though. Then I just want to show you a couple more things. I did food prep for the week that I didn't end up eating that one day I was filming. I juiced some watermelon and put it into 2 jars so Eric and I could enjoy it throughout the week, but I actually froze it and put it into the cooler to actually keep the cooler longer, and we had the watermelon juice later in the week. Oh, and I made some chocolate chip cookies because I'm amazing. And that's all I got for you guys today. Just want to remind you to check out Four Sigmatic. You get 15% off your first purchase when you click that link in my description. And I just want to show you my favorite product from Four Sigmatic lately. It's this one, the matcha drink with lion's mane mushroom. Lion's mane is an edible mushroom that is touted around for being like one of the best ones they've got because it's really good for cognitive enhancement, which is another way to say focus. It helps you focus, helps you memory and stuff, which is something that I need a lot of. So anyway, talk to you later.